Okay, today, friends, we're going to be making a background for our art. We are going to be using analogous colors. Those are colors that are next to each other on the color wheel to make our background. So for today, you're going to pick any color you want. And I'm just going to pick red, okay? But you can start out with any color you want. So I'm going to get a red watercolor pencil. It's important that you try not to drop these off the table. When you drop any kind of pencil, especially a colored pencil, off the table, it breaks the lead inside, which makes it impossible to sharpen. You also want to not sharpen this unless it's really necessary. Okay, so what you're going to do is, we don't want to fill the whole paper up with these watercolor pencils. I'm pushing light and I'm kind of just scribbling in different directions. So as you can see, you've got to be really gentle with these. So I'm just going to sharpen it really quick. Okay, and you really don't need to get it that sharp either. So I'm just going to go in different directions really quick with that first color. Basically, I'm scribbling. That's what I'm doing. So I've got that. Now I'm going to see what's next to red on the color wheel. And if I'm looking, I've got either purple or orange. So I can choose either one of those two, okay? So whatever your first color is, you have to pick another color that's next to it on the color wheel. So I think what I'm gonna do is purple. So I'm gonna grab any kind of purple. Looks like there's one here. And by the way, friends, if you have a pink or magenta color, it looks like this one right here. What I do, yep, it's magenta. I just count that as a red. So any color that's next to red would work with magenta. So I'm going to go in with that purple. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some water and a paintbrush. And very gently, I'm just going to go in little circular motions. I don't want to do a lot of pressure. And I'm going to spread some water out. And what's going to happen is, the lines you drew with that colored pencil are going to bleed and spread the color. Now, you don't want to stay in one area too long because you can get a hole in your paper. If you notice any of your paper forming little pieces, that means you're staying in one area too long or you're pressing too hard. So notice my bristles are together. I'm very gentle. Remember when you were little, I taught you ballerina toes. So I'm getting that whole paper just wet. The more water I add, the more it's going to spread that color up. But it's totally okay. We want that texture in the background. It's definitely okay to have some of those lines in it. And that's what you do with a colored pencil. You're able to get a texture and line look in your background, okay, by doing that, but also able to soften it with some water.